Hey y'all, how you doing? You already know what it is. Jotaku Senpai back at it again. Black Clover Chapter 271. Anyway, I'm excited. I already read it. I'm about to go reread it and then do a little bit of a review. Okay, so starting off from where we left off last chapter, Nacht is sitting here and Nacht has already hit the transformation. It's the transformation. What are the powers of the vice captain? Stand there and looking all blacked out, but he still looks dope as fuck. Anyway, for you to be stronger, Asta, you will have to assimilate with the devil. So he's gonna do like a spirit assimilation, kind of like how Yuno's doing the spirit dive. He said, bring out the 100% power of the anti-magic. Okay. So I guess Asta is going to be doing something similar to like doing the spirit assimilation, basically like a spirit dive type thing, but with a demon, or devil assimilation. Asta's standing there, and he says a tail. It's like a portal's open underneath him, and then next thing you know, a whole bunch of hands just come up and is just wrapping up him and Libe, and they're both in shock, like they weren't expecting it, and they get wrapped up in just kind of like they like form like a shadow cocoon. And next thing you know, Asta does his thing, spins out. He's got the Demon Slayer sword, and he's in black form, and he's got the two horn form. And kind of like how I said in the spoilers, I was right. He's like, "Where's Libe?" And then next thing you know, he turns around. Libe's over his shoulder. Asta's shocked. He said, "You became smaller." And says this, and then Libe says, "It seems like I became like this when I lend you my power." Then Nacht tells him, in the ritual of the devil binding, the initiative belongs to the one binding who does the binding, meaning to the human. That's why I can easily control the devil assimilation. So when you control the devil, you can assimilate it into kind of like, I guess he can do that with each of his devils. So your current status isn't anything like devil uniting. Or is it called devil assimilation or devil uniting? Anyway, it said it's just the power of the devil that's been leaking out. It's kind of why it's like over half of his body. It said, Asta said, "You also told me something like that, right, Libe? How can I make use of your true power?" And Libe's like, "I don't know." He's gonna say, "What?" And so I was trying to take over your body in that fight. It was my first time trying to fight after going outside, and that's why he couldn't beat him. So he couldn't really like handle his power for the first time being outside of the grimoire. I guess that's why he was holding back, or he just didn't know how to really control his power. Anyway, they're going back and forth with each other. And then Nakji says, as expected, guess there's no other way but fighting to try to learn how to do the spirit simulation. That's when he does like the pinwheel shadow type thing, and just like a whole bunch of shadows around him. Then he says, by doing the devil uniting, I can add the traits of each of the devils to his shadows. With the one with the Gimodello, it's a pack. So the one with the dog devil or Gimodello, he with his power he can make like a pack of shadows. So that's pretty cool. And then like Asta and Libe are staring off at him like in shock and whatnot. It seems like Asta jumps out of the way to like avoid one of the devils, or maybe I'm not sure if that's Nacht. I doubt it's Nacht, but he just either way, devil's behind him, swipes at him. Asta blocks it with the Demon Slayer sword, and he's shocked because all of the other shadows are coming after him. Asta's doing his best to like dodge, dip through all of them, like weave out of the way and block and whatnot. And then he pulls out the Demon Dweller sword, and he's blocking off the attacks. He says each one of these guys has the same key as Nacht, so I guess that's really throwing him off because he can't really like go after the main body. And then speaking of that, Nacht says, unless you take out my main body, my shadows won't disappear. And Asta's just like, he can't tell where the captain is, or the vice captain is. Asta says, so the vice captain Nacht has contract with 4 devils. He's been through a lot of life or death crises, which I get, because like in order for him to come across like at least one devil, I guess it would be kind of like either coincidental or he did it and then just be able to subdue 3 other devils on top of that. It kind of shows like the amount of stuff that he went through. I'm not sure if Libe is saying this or still Asta, but it says, with the contract we were able to connect stronger than before. One must be able to bring out more power. So I'm assuming like since that's maybe why as soon as Asta went into his black form, he had the 2 horn form instead of just the 1 horn form. Why he's stronger. It's kind of like, I would compare it to Spirit Dive, because when Asta first goes like block Asta. It's like it covers up his arm and like a little bit over his torso, but with as his power progressed, it covered more of his body, and now it's starting to do that more with Asta too. Anyway, moving on. Nacht says, you had an even contract with the devil. Naturally, you can't control that power 100%, as you aren't binding him. You chose that path. I'm not sure if that means that Asta won't be able to bring on 100%, or if like he's just gonna have to work harder in order for like both of them to be able to like use 100%, because it's not like Asta is controlling the power. It's like he's still borrowing it, but it's like more even. So it raises some questions. Anyway, Asta rushes over and he picks up Yami's katana. This is where it gets a little bit hype. Anyway, Nacht says, went against me with that power. Asta says, okay. Cloaks the katana in black mana, says, here, right now, I will surpass my limits. You already know what it is, because he's got the Yami look in his eyes. The shadows are coming after Asta, and boom, hits a slash. And it cuts through a few of the shadows, and it nicks the side of Nacht. Like, you can see like a little bit of mana or speck is coming off of him. And then it just says Demon Decapitator. Your name is the Demon Decapitator, Katana. Let's go get Captain Yami together. Right here, right now, I'll surpass my limit. Asta is standing there with Yami's sword, and it's either the fan translation or I'm not sure, but he's calling it the Demon Decapitator sword. Hopefully that's the official name, because that is Loki's like. So it would be the Demon Dweller sword, the Demon Slayer sword, the Demon Annihilator sword, and the Demon Decapitator sword. Seems like Asta's gonna keep going on with the theme of demons, like basically killing demon or something along the line of demons. I like the name of that. But then the last thing that Nacht says, I hate those words. I'm not sure if he's just talking about going to get Captain Yami, or saying that he'll surpass his limits. Maybe surpassing his limits, because we all know that's Yami's thing. Anyway, I'm hype. Demon Decapitator sword, that's lit. It really is. Super excited to see what kind of demon, what the devil assimilation for Asta and Liebe is going to be. I've been saying this, I think a lot of people have been saying this, I'm not sure if it's going to be along the lines of like when he was going berserk, or if it's going to be like berserk Asta assimilation, or if it's just going to be like something completely different. But either way, this is leading up to a lot of dope stuff, and I can see the similarities with Asta and coming more and more as like the time passes in each chapter, just because like Asta now has a familiar spirit, and has been had a familiar spirit, and now along with the assimilating, basically is going to be like the devil uniting and the spirit dive. This is gonna be pretty lit. I can't wait to see what happens. I don't really got too much to say, but if you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Share it, spread the word. Also, another thing, I was spamming my link. I was spamming my links for the videos on like a lot of like artists' Twitter accounts, and I just wanted to take the time on. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make it. I'm struggling out here. I just quit my job. I really do need to make something out of this YouTube stuff, but from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry, I won't do that no more. I would just post my link on Twitter, maybe start conversations with you guys. Let me know better ways for me to spread the word, or just to start to build a community just around like similar views with how I think about the series and other series and whatnot. Also, let me know the other series you guys want to see me make. I made a poll on Twitter, and a few people said that I should do reviews on Jujutsu Kaisen. The thing about that is I tried to read it like a few times before, and I didn't really get too far into the series. I just think I wanted to wait for like the series to like build up in chapters so I can just like binge read it. But I'm about to start binge reading all of it, catch up, and make maybe like views every 10 chapters or so. But either way, yeah, that's something that's coming up. Also, we got some more stuff talking about my music coming up soon, so be on the lookout for that. Anyway, I don't have anything else to say, but thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you guys think.